Take one. Okay. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to our channel. And today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about read alouds. And take two. Take three. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, and today we are going to talk about the read alouds that we have been reading, the ones that I've chosen for this school year, and just give you a little bit of insight into what we've been doing with the girls as far as reading aloud with them. So just a little bit of information on read alouds in our home and how we do it. First, it all started with me reading to the girls, and then my husband, the girls would talk about what they're reading. I would talk to my husband about what they're reading, and of course, he was very much so interested and wanted to be a part of what we were doing. So going forward from the first chapter book read aloud that we did with the girls, thereafter, my husband has been included in our reading aloud time, and he has been reading to the girls as well. And usually the read alouds that he does, or the reading aloud that he does, is at nighttime before they go to bed. So yes, I am so grateful and thankful for him for doing that, and I'm sure that the girls are too. They love his reading style. He's a great narrator. So yeah, so I have been very blessed to be able to actually have him a part of our read aloud time, and then just him being able to share and then be a part of our homeschool, because he works during the day, so he's not able to do the day-to-day homeschooling. So that's how we are doing it currently. So with him reading to the girls at night, we also read during the day. So we're usually doing 2 books at a time. I try to keep it to 2 books, but right now, currently, we're reading 3 books, but we're reading 3 books because one is during our set aside read aloud time during school, and then one I carry around with me in my purse, so that when we're out of the house or we're in the car and my husband is driving or something, then I can read the books to the girls. And then the other one, you know what? Get your hand! Get it! I cannot. Okay, so yeah, so we have a in the car read aloud, during school read aloud, and a bedtime read aloud. So those are the 3 read alouds that we're currently doing right now, and it's actually been working out pretty good. The girls have not confused the stories. They've been grasping and understanding and able to keep up with what's going on in every single story. So now that I've talked for 3 minutes, let's get on to the read alouds that we've been doing. All right, so our first read aloud for the school year was the world famous Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. And this is what we started our chapter book read alouds. All right, that's enough. Bye. Go out of the camera. Take 5. I cannot shine. Okay, so I'm going to take you through the books that we're reading, and right now, first we'll review the books that we have already read since the beginning of the year, and then I'll show you guys the books that we have upcoming that I've chosen. This is not even a fraction of the books that I have already, in our library for reading aloud. So if you're interested in knowing or seeing or hearing about some of the other books that we're reading, then just let me know in the comments down below, and I will share those with you as well. What else was I gonna say? I don't know. Anyway, let's just get into the books. Okay, so the first book that we read for this school year is Charlotte's Web. We actually started reading this at the end of summer, and it only took us about a week and a half, 2 weeks to get through it, and we finished this book. So Charlotte's Web was by E.B. White, and the girls loved this book. On any read aloud recommendation list, you're always going to get this book. It's going to be somewhere on that list because children enjoyed this book thoroughly. And me as the mother, of course, I really enjoyed reading it too, because I read it as a child and watched all the movies and all that good stuff. So it was really fun for me to read this to them and to actually make it come to life for them. The way that E.B. White writes is he's amazing, because he's just so descriptive, and he's understandable, relatable on the level of a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. You know, I think we all got something out of this book. So anyway, yes, we read this book first. And as you can see, because my children are so young, I have a 5-year-old kindergarten and I have a 2-year-old, and they enjoyed this book. And of course, there were words and things in the book that they did not quite understand. So as we were reading, I would highlight, as you can see, I would highlight some of those terms that they didn't really understand, or they didn't know what it was, and I had to describe it to them more. We would highlight them, and then at the end of our read aloud time, which was usually like 2 or 3 chapters at a time, after that time we would go back and then look up those words. A lot of times it was things like slingshot, so they didn't know what a slingshot was, so we went to Google and we looked up slingshot, and I was able to show them pictures of slingshots, old slingshots, new slingshots, you know, futuristic type slingshots and all of that. And then the other word that's highlighting on this page is gosling. So they had never heard of a gosling. So of course I was able to explain it to them, but then afterwards I actually got to show them a picture of a gosling, and you know, we talked about the word gosling, goose, geese, all of that, you know. So we did a lot of learning. Read alouds open up children to so much. So this was the first one. The second one was Roald Dahl's The Magic Finger. This was such a funny and cute book, and we really enjoyed reading it. It took us no time to breeze through this book, and it was just so much fun to read. And then we also read Roald Dahl's Esio Trot, or Esio Trot. And this was also a really fun one, and we read this one in the car. The girls really, really enjoyed this. And for these Roald Dahl books, there's some really small ones, and most of these we are enjoying while we're in the car. Instead of the girls not having anything to entertain them or listening to music or something, we read our books. This is the one that my husband read to the girls, and this is The Secret Zoo. This is book 1, and it's written by Bryan Chick. And they have really enjoyed this book. I hear about it all the time. My daughter is always referencing things from this book, different terms, and just lots of things like she's referenced from reading this book. So of course we have The Secret Zoo. This is book 3, and I am ordering book 2 because I actually found these 2 on kidsbooks.com, and they didn't have book 2, so I have to actually spend the money and pay more than $3 for it. So I'm ordering that from Amazon. So this one we read. This one is coming up. So this is one of those books that's coming up, book 3. Book 2 is also on our list for read alouds we're gonna read very soon. I think my husband is gonna start reading that one next week. And then we have another Roald Dahl book. This is the Giraffe and the Pelly and Me. And this is another in the car book that we have been reading. We're actually not done with it. We're in the very beginning of it. So this is our newest Roald Dahl book that we're reading. And the read aloud that I'm currently reading to the girls is The Tiny Hero of Ferny Creek Library. And we chose this book to add to our bug unit. It has been so fun and so entertaining, and it's just such a cute little book. It's by Linda Bailey, and the pictures are by Victoria Jameson. And the book is about this little bug named Eddie and how he has to venture out of his little crack in the wall to find the library. He is a bookworm not literally, but he's a bookworm and he loves books. And this is about him discovering and stepping out of his comfort zone and finding new things. And we've just really been loving this book. The next book is Children of the Longhouse by Joseph Bruchac, and this book we will start reading next month, and this will be the book that we're reading for our Native American History, Early American History unit study. So all of the month of November we started in October with Pocahontas, and then next month we will be doing a lot of learning about all things Native Americans, and I have so many other resources that we're pulling in order to bring that to life. And it's just going along with what we're doing for the fall. It's learning all about Native Americans. So this is going to be our read aloud for that time, and we are excited to get into everything that this book is going to share with us. And then we have Our Only May Amelia, and this is by Jennifer L. Holm. And this book is another really recommended book from a couple different read aloud lists that I have read. And then it's also won the Parents' Choice Silver Award. It's a Newbery Honor book, and it's an ALA notable book. So this book is set in the time of the late 1800s, the pioneer time in history, and I just love reading all things about history and just being placed back to another area, another country, another place, another time than where we're currently living, and just see how they lived and the things that they went through and their life experience. And I think that my girls actually, well, I know my oldest daughter actually enjoys that too. So that is why I chose Our Only May Amelia. So excited to get started with that one. And then we have more Roald Dahl because we bought a set of 16 books and we're getting through them. They're so easy to read. So we have Roald Dahl and the Fantastic Mr. Fox. And this one is illustrated by Quentin Blank. I think all of them are. But this is super cute. I'm sure that it's going to be a fun book because I have not ran across a bad book by Roald Dahl yet. And then this one is Roald Dahl and the Billy and the Minipins. Roald Dahl and George's Marvellous Medicine. I have seen some other people talk about this book, and it was on my list to buy individually. Glad that I didn't, because I ran across that set of books at Costco. I think at Costco. And I picked that up, and I'm so glad and so ready to read this one. And then I have Roald Dahl and the Twits. And these are all the Roald Dahl books that are like the smaller, easier to get through books. And then we'll get into the bigger ones, and I'll show you guys those as we go on. For Black History Month, which is coming up in February of next year, we will be reading through this little quick book. It is What Color Is My World? I ordered this one on Amazon, and it's by Kareem AbDul-Jabbar, and it's a little chapter books, and it's walking through history, highlighting a lot of very important and influential Black people. So I'm very excited to share this with my daughters, and then also to learn more myself. Next on our list is going to be another classic one, and it is the Stuart Little by E.B. White. And I saved this for maybe the end of the school year, close to the summertime, just because we have so much to get through. And yeah, so this one I'm sure they are going to love. I went ahead and got this one in the full color version just to add some beautiful illustrations to our life as we're reading them. All kids love picture books. My kids are no different, and actually I like picture books too. So this one is going to be a lot of fun. Stuart Little. And then last but not least, in this set of 13 books is One Crazy Summer by Rita Williams-Garcia. And I actually bought all three in the trio, and or trilogy, whatever you want to call it. And so One Crazy Summer, I've heard so many good things about this. So many other YouTube teachers and things like that have recommended this book as a good read aloud. And as you can see, it has won so many honors. So I'm sure that it's going to be a good book. I'm sure that we're going to love it. And I think it's a New York best-selling author too. So yeah, this is going to be fun to get through, and it's going to take us no time because look at how thin it is. So that one. And that is it. That's all that I have for this set that we're planning on reading for this school year. I'm sure that we're going to get through more than these. And as we add more, I will be sure to include them over on my Instagram. My Instagram is Living with Shay Davis. So if you're interested, go ahead and check me out over there. Follow us over there. I do a lot of just sharing our day-to-day life with you, and then just fun mom stuff, fun kids stuff, and just life in general. So if you're interested, go ahead over Living with Shay Davis. And I hope that you enjoyed looking at what we're reading, and if anything, it gave you some ideas of what you could add to your reading list. And until the next video, you guys, remember to like, subscribe, and share this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.